Welcome back to a new video. So in this training session, I went heavy on the snatch and the clean jerk, and snatches gave me a lot of problems. A lot of it was, it was all technical. So got the 110, missed, came back, made it, and then had 3 misses with 115 before I was able to make it, and I just wasn't finishing. I could feel the same mistake happening on each one, and on the last rep, I was able to just really finish extending. And what's interesting is the same kind of feeling that I was getting when I was doing block work the last week, to where I believe I talked about this in either a live stream or a commentary, but the extension that I'm trying to feel is not necessarily pulling it straight vertical. I've noticed that if I think straight up and straight vertical, it just is out in front. I almost have to think about over-exaggerating the vertical extension and think about when my back is laying back a little bit to kind of pull towards, almost pull back in a sense. And what I've noticed, you see these misses, there's just speed's fine, it's just out in front on all of them. Jumping back a little bit, but on this last one here is where I actually just finished extending, and it was as easy as you would expect a fourth attempt at the same weight to be, and then actually went up to 120 and made it on the first one because I just did the same thing I did with 115. So definitely some consistencies to continue to build with that extension, because I can feel what I need to do, and it's just trying to get that to happen on all of the reps, and just wasn't on this particular day until the later reps. But I suppose it ended on a good note, so that part is good. Clean jerks were pretty good for the most part, so I went from 70 to 120 and then jumped all the way to 145 and was able to make that. The left side was a little unstable as far as the catch, so it was a little bit, not necessarily a press out, kind of just like a rebend. And then went to 155, where, look at the video, the clean didn't look too bad, but I definitely was zapped of all energy on that. So theorizing about different things I could do in training to build the tolerance to a heavy clean in that front rack, just to make it feel lighter. Obviously front squats are going to help with that, and front squats have been going really well, so I don't think that part necessarily needs to be changed. But I think potentially adding a day or having more heavy cleans throughout the week, not just on that middle of the week day where I have the power plus full, but a day where I just go bonkers on a clean and just try to get up to 155, 160, just try to make that weight as easy as possible, not even like think about doing the jerk, just worry about doing a heavy clean. But 155 is most I've cleaned in a while, so part of it is also like just doing that weight particularly and building that tolerance. I definitely think 150 was in the cards that day. 145 felt good enough to where I thought I could go up to 155 and get it, but just for the clean, and for as heavy as the clean was, like I didn't have to like double bounce or nothing crazy happened. It was just too heavy. But you saw there with the back squats, got up to a heavy single with 235. I was thinking of maybe doing it for a double, but the single was much too difficult for me to conceive of doing a second rep. And a lot of that's just the kind of like the neurological feeling of the lift. Like the speed of it probably was fine to, in theory, do a second rep. But when you're kind of in the midst of it and you're feeling it, you can kind of feel the strength qualities that you have, especially if you've lifted long enough. You kind of know like this is how that rep felt, and you've made the same mistake in the past, or you've tried to do that in the past where you have a rep like that and you do it again, and then you fail the second one. You kind of know like, all right, if I have this feeling, it's just not going to happen. And actually similar feeling with the clean jerk. It's like once I head up there, it's like, all right, I can kind of feel like the energy is being zapped, so I need the clean, I need all of that process to go better for the actual jerk to be more possible. It's still possible to do it in that sense, but I don't really like trying to attempt a lift if I'm not 100% confident in my mind, or at least have the aggression of like I'm going to give it all. If I have that apprehension, then I always feel like it's better just to stop. But these are just some front rack holds. Did it in a variety of ways where I just stood there and hold it, and then other ones where I just dipped down to it. On the second set there, you see I had the straps on for it. That was just with 190. I mean, you can get super heavy with these, but I don't really see a lot of utility into getting super heavy. But with this, it's less about, partially it was like I'll just do something besides deadlifts today and pull or clean deadlifts and clean pulls and clean deadlifts and deadlifts. I'm saying the same thing over and over, and do something for the front rack just to kind of work on that tolerance. It's a low stress movement, but it's also good for stretching the front rack and I would think, building up the muscles that you use in the front squat and stuff. So that's something I definitely think will be beneficial just to add in a couple times a week. It's a pretty easy thing to add in. It's low stress and potentially might have some benefits. And who knows? But that's it for this one. So if you made it to this point, I appreciate it. And if you are my regular live stream people that come and hang out during the live streams, I really appreciate that as well. It certainly makes training more fun when I'm out in the shed and I have people that are there as well. So if you do see one of those live streams, come and hang out. But that's it for this one. Peace.